What's up, GP? Tidbits of Audacity. Granger. There will be a test on that in a little while. Actually, there won't be. I've actually never done that before, but one day there will be a test, so you better be ready. Hey, it's been a little while since we've been out. My apologies. I'll take like all of the blame on this one. I got a little busy, and I'm gonna make a little better effort. So that's the short version of that. Let's move right into. You know what? Before we get into the drinks, we might have to wash them down. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm going to do that first.
Let's go. That way we can wash it down with something, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll even go first.
Okay, go ahead. A little Bean Boozled action in here if you don't know.
The red one?
It's the black one. You either get.
Shut up.
Well, here, I got a black one.
Hang on.
What are you talking about, Willis?
It's pomegranate or old bandage. Nice. Isn't that red colored? The bean.
The bean, not this.
Oh, I don't know. Why isn't?
Always pay attention to the bean.
Always focus on the bean.
What shirt did you have on? What's on your shirt?
He chose the bean. Good. It was chosen.
Things that are getting edited out.
Why? Okay. This is what makes us special.
Oh, you're special, all right. Let's
My
go.
mom says I've been tested.
Is that? Let me make sure I've got the right bean. Is that it?
Man,
I guess that was the only red one, right?
Does that look like it?
Sure.
All right.
I don't have a red bean, so you're lucky.
Man. Oh,
I have one.
I'm almost
two. I have
65.
two actually.
I got
Here
some
we go.
browns. I only got browns and blacks.
All right, here we go. So gross. Oh, God.
Old bandage.
Gotta eat it.
You gotta swallow it. You gotta enjoy it.
For the record.
Oh, my
For the record.
For the record.
Gotta eat it.
Dang, is that bad? Oh man, I don't want to do this.
It tastes it tastes like I chewed on a gauze.
I'm too old to be doing these kind of things.
Oh, I need to.
Okay, that one's black.
We need to do this quickly.
You got a black?
I don't have a black.
Here, have a
I
black.
just
I got
do
black. Take my black. I'll take your yellow. I don't know. There's only one black though, so you only got one shot.
Throw
at
it,
this. What is the options?
Options are
Here, you want my glasses?
licorice or burnt rubber. I mean, it's a lose-lose.
Yeah,
Like,
they
what's going
no
on
good
right
at
now?
there.
Oh, the black one is a lose-lose.
Yeah.
God, that's so bad, y'all.
It's like, you want garbage or burnt garbage?
Yeah, burnt garbage. Okay.
You're spinning, Jason. I'll do it. Give me a spin.
You want me to spin for you?
Yeah, go ahead and spin.
Oh, it fell in the middle.
That's nothing. I get nothing.
What is this? All right, the green. You ready? The green one.
Throw up.
Juicy pear or booger. We've all eaten our boogers.
I've never eaten booger, dude. Even as a kid,
I didn't either, but
I
it
wanted
was
to
fun
shoot
to say.
myself in the face.
All right, fire away.
There's not a green
It's like
anywhere.
a light. It's gotta be like a light green, right?
Is
Mine was bad.
I'm kind of lying. Is that green or is that blue?
No, it's more of a lime, right?
I don't
Right?
know. Oh, Jonathan, don't worry about it. We already got one open. I'll eat one of these blue ones.
Just pick one.
Well, because that's cool. The blue one might be toothpaste. It's like, oh, that's not so bad. Well,
What's the other option?
Let's look at this. That blue one is berry blue or toothpaste. Yeah. So that's not even a bad one, no matter which way you go.
Toothpaste.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, and it's like that's not bad.
Like my favorite stuff.
See
is
how
like
greenish?
mint.
See how greenish that is? It's like
I actually like it.
mine was.
Like I like mint chocolate chip.
This
I
is
like.
Jason's idea.
It was my idea, and I'm wishing I never done it.
and you got the bad one.
It tasted like you were choking on gauze, bro. Like you just went.
What did you get? You didn't even make a face.
Licorice. It's not good, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
All
We need
right.
to wash it down with that beer.
Yeah, I'm fixing to. Let's get into it. What are we getting
let's
into
do
here?
it. What is it? Tell us about it.
Oh, me? I actually,
beer.
it's not local. It is good, but it's not local. But it is craft. It's an Illinois beer from a group, Maplewood Brewery in Illinois. It's just something I stumbled on in a store here locally, but obviously it's not that local.
When somebody says that, I literally think they just kind of fall down like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's called Brownie Points.
Stumbled into it.
It's basically a brown ale with vanilla, so it's got the brown is already going to be a little sweet, and then the vanilla like hits it, and it's like, wow, this is a pretty cool beer.
With a touch of booger.
The touch of Old Bandage.
Or Old Bandage, that's what it is. A touch of Old Bandage.
Yeah, touch of Old Bandage. That was a bad idea. Whoever's idea it was. Well, y'all think of a cheer for the bourbon. We'll just drink this.
All right. That's good. I like that a lot.
Almost got a coffee thing.
I was going to say, it's coffee.
Yeah.
Which is not bad, but it's definitely got
thing
the coffee
happening
flavor.
Brown ale with vanilla.
It's not bad. I couldn't drink a lot of
coffee
it.
stout, so yeah, I like that. I mean, I still do love coffee stouts. It's not my favorite anymore.
All right. Take us in. Oh, before we go any further, Granger's vodka, Deluce. Organic. It is organic vodka. What else do we want to say about Granger's Organic Deluce?
It's pretty much the best vodka ever.
That you can get for $14.
It's because it's Granger's.
Literally American made, so.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay. And while we're shouting out quickly, let's shout out Behind the Glass, Nate Dogg representing. Big Dog. And I know our editor personally, and his name is Kenny G in the house.
Kenny G.
Give some shout out to Kenny G. All right. We're done with our shout outs. Let's break this out. Y'all, you handle that part, bro.
Oh, I don't know about this. You knew.
Elmer
I'll pour it, though.
T. Lee. So this is what you would call an allocated bourbon because they only give it an allocation. It is not easy to get necessarily. It's not hard, but it is what it is. It's a single barrel. It's Buffalo Trace. I'm trying to think of anything special about it, like historically wise, but there's not. It's just the bourbon, but it's good. Buffalo Trace, to me, Buffalo Trace makes the best top end bourbons. Stag, blends, GTS, Elmer T. Like they make all these good ones, top end. So
He hunts
they know what they're doing
rabbits.
there.
Oh, wait, it's on my phone. Never mind, it's on my phone.
Oh, you crazy. I can't remember. What is the proof on that? I can't even remember.
90.
Yeah, so it's not sharp. It's not harsh. They did 100 proof a few years ago because of the 100-year release, but yeah, it's typically kind of on the low end. Like for me personally, I like 110 to 115. That's my sweet spot. You go higher than that, it starts getting too hot. You get lower than that, and they watered it down a little bit too much. This is one of the rare exceptions where I think 90 really still works. 90, I say that. I'm a big Blanche fan. It's 93, so maybe 90 and 93 is my sweet spot, and I'm lying. So,
All right, you got a cheers? Did you look one up? Hey, did you send one over?
Maybe he'll send us one
Yeah, Nate, get us one.
if he ain't in there playing on his phone or something. If anybody knows Nate, he don't play on his phone. That's the last thing he's doing.
He fell asleep again.
may we always know the right thing to do, but choose this instead.
Exactly. Now that one I love.
But yeah, very smooth.
Yeah, that's good.
He's chewing it.
Let me hurt. I had to get that one out of the way. Now I can actually drink it. Well, it actually has a nice
To me-
back. The back of it's flavorful.
Yeah.
Do you want to try it with some chocolate?
Bourbon does well with chocolate. It really does.
I'm going to try a little bit with chocolate.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
That's very, yeah.
That's actually pretty good. Like remember the first one hits me like a.
I like he says actually, because he was expecting nasty crap.
Well, there's this. The back of it's got this flavor. I can't even tell what it is.
What is this chocolate bar you're eating?
Oh, this is called Hornble's Cornbles.
Oh boy. Okay.
It is a
Hornble's Crumbles.
It is a crunch bar, but it's protein. It's 10 grams of protein, 150 calories, with 0 grams of sugar. It's very good.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
I'll take a little piece.
Okay,
Now, what is this flavor?
so
Is
how
this
do you-
just
how do you-
crunch?
Yeah, like a crunch bar. That's what it tastes like.
How do you do this? Do you like? Is it like?
You take a bite.
Oh, with a
Yeah. How do you like? Do you
you
salt?
get
Do you lick the salt off the rim? What we doing? All right. Eat the and then chase it.
As you're chewing it, a little bit in there.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Wait.
He's literally chewing it now.
I mean, you can just taste it without it, of course.
Yeah.
So you can get a taste of it. It hits you. You like that?
I don't think so. Dark chocolate works best with
It's
breakfast.
so confusing to me.
This is milk chocolate. It's a little darker than milk chocolate, but it's still not.
My brain can't.
Yeah, that's
My
not
brain
great.
didn't. So my brain says, over here is chocolate. Or over here is bourbon. The hell you do?
I'll tell you what we'll do next time. I already know. I'll bring some Angel Envy rye and bring some good quality dark chocolate. That combination, as the man at the distillery says, it's like an explosion in your mouth.
I just had an explosion in my mouth, and y'all almost wore it.
I was like, we about to get Old Bandage on this.
Old Bandage.
I'm telling you, beer and Old Bandage was not a good combo right there. It wasn't really getting it. So is there any kind of like, is it like low in sugar or anything like that? Or is it just
0 grams sugar.
Oh yeah,
zero? Okay,
and some protein in it, right?
10 grams protein, 150 calories.
That's pretty good.
I wouldn't call it high protein, but it's protein.
It's kind of like, I've been getting these and just be my late night snack.
Yeah.
Let's face it,
Or just after dinner snack.
no matter what you're doing to get goals, there's going to be things that will either make you stumble, right? I hate to use that word because food's just food. I hate the idea of good food, bad food. But if you want to stick to a plan, there's still times when you want to have a sweet taste, sweet tooth. So it's good to have alternative stuff like this, where you still get the sweet taste, but you're not throwing away all your calories.
I was watching a guy on Diary of a CEO, Stephen Bartlett, the guy that was a sleep studies expert. He was talking about don't eat late at night because it increases your heart rate, and you have to have a heart rate below 60 to go to sleep. And that was, I found that interesting because I never really thought about the fact that when you eat, your body starts processing what you ate, which increases your heart rate.
I never thought about it, but that's why I don't eat late. Because I know if I eat late, I'll stay up late.
Yeah.
And that's what he said. He basically said the magic number is 60. Your heart rate has to be below 60 before you're going to sleep. That's one of the reasons when he said when you wake up. Here, I'll just give him real fast. Well, no, let's save it. There it is. That's
Now
the
you gotta wait till the end of the episode.
That's the one. I'm going to save it. If you want to know more about how to sleep better, stick
tuned.
around. All right. So, anyway, what you got going on?
So
JD,
we're all
in
adults,
the world?
right? Yeah, we're all adults,
Well, I hope.
right?
I'm not. I'm not really. That depends on who you're asking.
I mean, like legally, we're all
Okay, yeah, legally I am an adult. That is true. No. By law.
by the law.
Are we still questioning? Are you a relativist? What are we doing?
What's going on?
Well, autism changes things, right? Like,
Are you autistic? Wait a minute.
I've been known to be a little autistic.
I'm all right.
Go ahead. So go ahead.
No, I was just saying that, like most grown men, I won't say all, but most grown men, like we're all adults here, we talk about adult things, deal with some sort of like hemorrhoid, right? Like dudes have hemorrhoids.
Here we go.
Look,
You know, my father-in-law says there's two types of people: those who have had hemorrhoids and those who are going to have hemorrhoids.
right, exactly. So, so like we all
Shout out
deal
to
with
Scott
this. This is
Sims.
a thing. So, with that comes itchy bum, right? Sometimes you gotta you want to itch, but we're adults, so we don't go digging, right? You just kind of you just kind of like do this number. Sometimes though, this is an expert move, and I was wondering if anybody else does this. No, do you ever fart to scratch your butthole? Like, do you ever just like you're like, oh, that scratched my butthole? Like, do you ever no?
Yes, and
Like,
wait, but here's what's bizarre about this question.
I was
absolutely.
that way,
What?
yeah, that
But
way.
yeah,
you
no,
don't-
of
that
course.
way you
You're
don't-
like, oh, okay,
That
that's
way you
better.
don't go digging. You just like,
Yeah.
let me rip one,
Right.
so that
But I'd rather people know I farted than touch my
yeah,
Listen,
absolutely.
they're never going to watch this, but one of my daughters, we're walking down the street in Nashville and literally goes, "Does your butthole ever just itch? And you just want to scratch it?"
Yeah,
My daughter, now.
yeah.
Oops, sorry, Kenny. I already hit the microphone.
Sorry, Kenny.
Because he's the one, he's like, don't hit the table. Like, hey, by the way, we don't, Kenny, you'll notice this, we don't have them on the table.
Yeah.
Where they're down here hooked
Yeah,
somewhere.
I like that.
And yet
So if
Jason
we do
still
hit
hit it. So
So if we do hit the table, doesn't matter. Anyway, Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your
No, go
statement.
ahead.
But that's what she said. And it's funny you said it. I'm literally talking about itchy buttholes 3 days ago.
3 days. You're like, you ever fart scratch your butthole? Yeah, I do actually, and it feels great.
Yeah, of course you do. Now here's
Yeah.
the thing, though. Do you?
Right. Yeah.
That's the question. Now you got to tell us. Y'all got to tell us.
Yeah. Is this? Yeah. That's an expert move, honestly. And
It isn't.
if you don't, try it.
Yeah, you ain't got to like claw or nothing.
Yeah. Go in the bathroom. Just.
Right.
Oh, that feels so good.
Yeah.
Because you don't want. Confucius say. Look, Confucius say,
Confartus.
man who go to bed with itchy bum, wake up with stinky finger. You don't want to wake up with a stinky. You don't want to wake up with a stinky finger. A stinky finger. You want to go ahead and rip one.
Confartus said.
Go stupid.
Oh my God, that was so
That is good.
Wake up with it. What did you say?
Confucius say. I didn't say it.
Confucius
say. Man who go to bed with itchy bum, wake up with stinky finger.
Sticky finger. That's
Stinky
it.
finger.
That's it. Confreakus.
Wake up with stinky finger.
Did he say it like that? Let's go. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Scratch it first.
Well, there's nowhere to go but up from now.
Make sure it says.
That's awesome.
I've been seeing, this is real fast.
No.
I don't love it, but I want to hear y'all's opinion. I've been seeing these videos of people going, like, playing with their child, their baby, and being like, baby's just laughing and cuddling and giggling. And then they're like, I wonder if this is what Mary thought when she saw her son on the cross. That she thought about these moments.
Yeah, no.
I don't love that
Nope.
at all.
Well, it's not that
Am I the only one? I see it everywhere.
Okay, wait. Okay, let's back up. Why don't you love it?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of why I don't love it.
It's hard to put language to.
Well, it's just like I don't.
What is it? Does it?
Okay, I'm been lately. I've been listening to this preacher. I love him. Philip Anthony Mitchell, maybe I can't remember. I think it's his name. And he's big on idolatry.
Okay.
Everything's idolatry, basically.
Okay.
It can be. Not everything
Sure.
is, but
Well,
it
yeah.
can be.
I mean, it can be.
Everything can be idolatry. And
100%.
I feel like that's not maybe that's not idolatry, but that's taking away from what's actually happening. Like, I wonder if Mary thought about her baby giggling and laughing. I'm not going to pretend like I know what it's like to be a mother, but I don't know if I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way, and I don't know why.
Does it? Okay, so, well, the counselor's coming out of me. Does it rub you wrong that in defense of Mary?
No.
Okay. Does it rub you wrong that they're thinking about the wrong thing?
Yes.
Okay. What should they be thinking about?
Well, I mean,
I feel like Jonathan should be laying down right now.
Tell me,
you have a couch?
tell me what you give it on the couch rather.
No, I don't know. I really don't know. Like
They should be thinking about something else. What should they be like they got better things like? Okay, my initial reaction to what you said, I'll just say it this way, and then you can tell me how I processed it, or how you think what do you think about what I said? My initial reaction to that was, dude, she's watching her only kid get killed.
Right.
That your baby wasn't.
But it wasn't her only kid.
Well, that's true. Sorry.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true. Sorry. But the one who she knew pretty well knew this was kind of how this was going to go down.
Yeah.
Because he was so well versed. This is what's weird. I think he was so well versed that she knew and Joseph knew the scriptures because of him. I think, even as a kid. Obviously, they lose him and he's in the temple when he's 12, right?
Very Bible.
So she knew the scriptures, meaning she knew the prophecies, meaning she knew what was happening.
Yeah.
How this was going to go down. And it wasn't going down like everybody else was thinking it was going to go down, and his own mom knew how it was going to go down. So, yeah, I think the very last thing she's thinking about is somebody's cuddling kid from 500 years from now or whatever. And obviously we're now 2000. I know we're 2000 now, but I just meant like in the future at all.
I'm talking about her child. Like, she thought of Jesus laughing and giggling as an
Not
infant.
that either. See, I was thinking you're watching this kid and you think, did Mary think about this lady and her kid?
No. Did Mary think about Jesus
as
as a baby, cuddling and laughing and giggling while he's up there?
As
Did
no-
she have these moments? That's the video. That's,
Okay, there's no chance. There's no chance.
Yeah.
Like,
I
there's
agree.
no chance.
I agree, but also like
Well, then why do you think they're making the video?
they're making it for it's all emotion.
Yeah,
everything's
it's all
emotion.
about the emotion.
It's all emotion. It's all because I get that. If on some level I see my son being tortured, I can understand the empathy side of like. It doesn't make sense actually. Now that I'm actually putting it to words. But I can understand, like, I miss when he was a child. I miss when he was young.
Well, yeah,
and
okay,
he was-
so no, that- yeah.
I love that part.
Yeah, you're on the-
He's my baby.
Yes.
He's not.
Yes.
And I know men don't think that way, really.
Right.
Women think that way.
know, that's
Which,
right.
like I said, I'm not going to pretend like, I know I'm a father. I don't know what it's like to be a mother.
Sure.
Mothers see babies. Men see future men.
Potential. Right?
That's just the way it is.
Right.
But as a mom, you see your baby. So you think, oh, this is how he used to be great. I don't know. Maybe they think that way. I think for this specific Jesus on the cross, I don't love that that's what people are talking about 2 days from Easter. I'm talking about what he was as a baby.
We do that at Christmas.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I mean, I just don't know. It's just that it rubs me the wrong way.
I think it's.
I think it takes away from what. Anyway.
What you mean?
It's making about the mama. That's what.
Yeah.
I think it's about. It makes it about the mama. Yeah, sometimes you look back at your kid.
They can be about her. I'm not against it being about her.
I am, because. Anyways.
Not about her. It's not like I'm saying it's about her, but I'm not against bringing her into the picture because that was hard for her. And I think if you're a mom, you've got to at least look at that and go, God.
Yeah, I agree. When Jesus is on the cross with nails in his hand and his feet, we should talk about Mary.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
When he's dying for every man
No,
and woman
it's
on
not
the
what I'm
planet.
saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Let's think about Mary. and
There's
her
more
kids.
to the conversation than just that is what I'm saying. We can talk about it, but once it expands, it becomes about all kinds of things. It becomes about Joseph of Arimathea asking for a criminal's body, could have got him killed. We could talk about that. It becomes about 10 other things is what I mean. That is the focal point, but when it expands, she has to be part of that conversation.
Sure, but that's kind of the point. Is like the further we talk about it, what did James feel like? What did Peter feel like? What did Mary feel like? Now we're getting away from what the point of the story.
Again, as long as you're right, if that is detracting or pulling you from the focal point, if you're just making it as another piece, then it's just another piece.
Sure.
You see what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. I mean that's.
But to your point, who knows? Like that's human. That's just human behavior. It's like, yeah, it could go either way. And with somebody that isn't like rooted, like for instance, we're so deeply rooted that we could have that conversation and never lose sight of the fact that it was all
Sure.
about that. But some people can't, and I'm not trying to make us sound like we're something or whatever. But some people just can't, right? They're not that, they're not that grounded in their belief and in their faith to be able to,
And there's truth to that. I get that.
Yeah.
There's certain books I think someone who's been a long time believer can read that someone who got saved 3 weeks ago probably shouldn't read yet because they're still trying to understand.
Can't have that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm with you on that. But I don't like. To me, I'm a traditionalist in that manner of I don't like anything taken away from the whole purpose of it.
Sure.
Right.
And that's why I say like. I don't think idolatry is worshiping something. I think idolatry is anything that pulls away from God.
Yeah.
If
Elevates it over. Yeah.
Sure.
Elevates. And that's
Well,
like you have to be careful not to make it
Now,
an idol.
one of the reasons I said that I came with the angle I came with was because every year I repost an article that I probably wrote 4 or 5 years ago, probably. And it was just about the legitimacy of the death of Jesus. And this is partly because of the whole, it's an apologetics angle is what it is. Mm-hmm. It's when people go, well, he probably, a lot of people think he just went in there and laid down, went to sleep, and then came out and he never really died. Like this is a common objection and it's not a good one at all. There's so much evidence that proves that it's not a good objection and that he legitimately died and all of the things that took place to make sure he was 100% dead, right? There were so many steps and there were so many wild things that took place and there were prophecies that were fulfilled during those moments. So that article I wrote, it covers all of the facets of things that were like, here's how we know, here's what else we know, here's what else we know, and we know this thing with the death was legitimate. So when you get to the resurrection, it means that much more now that we know that it was 100% legitimate. archaeologically, scientifically, all of that. There's records that show that this happened, that nobody argues with, that don't even believe he is who he is. But you can't argue with the records that it happened. So anyway, that was why I came from the angle that I came from. I've written about all of the things that surround the event. Again,
Well, I think historically, very few scholars do not believe that there was a Jesus of Nazareth and that he was persecuted on the cross.
right, and
Now-
that was some
now-
of the things I pointed
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I think that's very agreed upon by most historical scholars. Now, they want to get worldly and say, well, he didn't rise from the dead. That's a different conversation, and that's
Yeah, but there
that
are.
changes.
I can have that
there are
conversation too.
But
Oh,
there
I
are
agree.
accounts that his body came up missing, and the Jews,
Absolutely.
the Jews said you just stole it.
And then, Josh McDowell made the point, you got guys who are the rascals of rascals who, Peter's trying to kill people the night before he gets killed, right? And then now Peter's leading Pentecost. And, the radical transformation of these men could only happen when they saw
Exactly.
the resurrection and said,
Well-
now I get it. Because that's when they got it, right? That was a trigger. That was when they were still knuckleheads.
Right.
And it wasn't that they weren't knuckleheads later, because, Peter and Paul still had their whole little, fit. But they were clearly different men. Right? Their knucklehead was less, right? And so, because they had a major transformation, what was that? They saw the Lord God
Right,
come back to
exactly.
life and realized. And now all the things he was
all hit.
teaching came to like a light bulb.
And that's why 10 out of 12 had suffered death,
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Peter went from denying him to having the same death, except he made him do it upside down because he didn't feel honored to have the same death as Jesus, right? So you don't do that
without there being something big that happened.
And more,
There you go.
that's the biggest one is them dying for something that you wouldn't die for a lie. And the other one is that one other one that a lot of people miss is that in that time, women and children were considered terrible witnesses, and you didn't rely on them for anything. You didn't go to them for anything. And the writers wrote that the women were the ones that found it.
the first one.
Found it open. Nobody would have written that knowingly.
Exactly.
Knowing it was a lie. No one would have just written, "Oh, it's women." They would have written.
But that just shows God's brilliance.
Yeah.
Because if he knows, if you see have a woman see something, she gonna tell everybody.
Dang.
Here's what's awesome about that. Here's what's awesome about that. Our women are not watching this, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
But by the way, to be clear, there are women that watch this. I've been bumping into them, and they're like, "Oh, I love your podcast."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
great." They're watching our
You go to
podcast.
church with a couple of
so
them, right?
we got to be good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shout out to
No,
Glenn.
But it's a joke.
Yeah, it is a joke.
Mom watches a little bit.
No, she does not. Our mom?
I thought she did.
No.
Oh,
My
she
mom
okay,
does.
she watched the.
No, she doesn't.
Your mom does?
Your mom?
But you're
My mom does it.
we're like the Spider-Man. So on this point, let's like we're talking scripture, we're talking Jesus, right?
Jesus.
I came across a study my wife sent me. I find this fascinating. They call it the power of 4. So people who read the Bible 4 times a week regularly, right? So this is not just one time, right? 4 times a week, they see major changes in their life, right? Or you see different behaviors in those people that do. Let me rephrase that. So reading 1 time a week, 2 times a week, 3 times a week has very little difference in behavior, right? So if you're reading 3 times a week, there's very little behavior from your, from lifestyle. Once you get to 4 times a week, now they see different things. So if you read 4 times a week, and there's a lot of things. I'm just hitting some highlights. Alcoholism is 57% lower. You have a 57% lower chance of dealing with alcoholism. You have a 68% lower chance of having sex outside of your marriage. You're 61% chance lower of having pornography viewing issues. 30% lower anger issues, 30% lower loneliness. Right? So people who read the Bible 4 times a week have a 30% chance lower than the average person of being lonely. And then increased positive behaviors are 407% more likely to scripture memorized, which that makes sense. You are reading 4 days a week. That's the most logical. I mean, it's all logical, but 228% more likely to share your faith, and 231% more likely to disciple someone else. Now, again, there's more, but those are the highlights. But I find it fascinating. They call it the power of 4 because it doesn't change until you get to 4. So why?
That's a great question.
Why? I think why is that you're saturated in it. But I think what to me that what hits deeper than anything on that is that if you go to church and that's your weekly high, and you just open the book, you open the book up once a week on Sunday, you're doing nothing at that point. You're just getting your weekly high, and by Monday afternoon, it's gone.
I like that phrase, weekly high.
And so and I think that's sorry, I popped my knuckles. I think that stands out to me that you can't just listen to the preacher on Sunday and think that you're going to go to heaven. I mean, not that you're not going to go to heaven, but you're not going to live fully to way Jesus has laid it out for. But I think that's part of it. I had another thing while you were talking. Another thing I was thinking about. But I think part of it is kind of like when Jesus said. He wanted you to forgive not 7 times, but 7 times 77. It wasn't a number he was reaching, which is like 540 times. When you get 541, then you're done.
Yeah.
The point was that you were saturated in it. You were so saturated in it that it became you, and now you're part. That's who you are, and that you read the scriptures and you become what you read, and you can follow Jesus that way. If you're not reading the scripture, then you either follow him or you ain't. There is no in between.
Well, so we're talking to my nephew the other day, and he was like, well, what if you just read one verse for 4 days a week? And we're like, well, I think the point is, and you're getting to that, is if you're sitting down to read the Bible 4 days a week, if you are just reading one verse a day, right, you're going to read one verse and you're done. But you do that regularly. At some point, and you said it the other night, it's like, you start going, wait a minute, that's pretty good. It's almost like a movie. Like, I got to see how this plays out. I want to keep going. And you eventually find yourself reading chapter upon chapter 4 days a week, right? You can't do it 4 days a week and only be superficial. Can't be done. And that's what you're alluding to there, right? Like, that you're getting to.
It's a hard thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everything is a hard thing. I can tell you that I'm a Christian all day long, but if I go and flip off the person who cut me off in traffic, then am I really being a Christian? Or I'm just telling you that I'm being a Christian?
So here's some details. All right. No, here's some details.
That's very okay, yeah.
So I wasn't going to break this down, but he's hitting stuff that I can't avoid. Yeah. Identifies as a born-again Christian, sex out of marriage has no effect. So if you say, I'm a Christian, it has no effect on whether you have sex outside of marriage. I mean, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
For adults who attend church at least once a month have a 38% chance less of getting drunk, right? So going to church helps to that degree. With teenagers, it helps none. With teenagers who attend church at least once a month have no effect on their life whatsoever. No effect on smoking, getting drunk, sex, pornography, anything. Changes nothing for a kid to go to church. Yeah. If that same kid who has no effect on smoking, going to church once a week, reads the Bible 4 days a week, 82% less likely to smoke. So going to church,
82%.
82. So going to church for a teenager has no effect.
Was it once a month or once a week?
Attending church once a month.
Church once a month.
Attends church once a month has no effect. Now adults, it did have an effect.
I don't know how it could have an effect. Once a month.
I agree.
In adults, it has some. Right?
I'm surprised it has an adult.
In adults, you have an adult who goes once a month has a 30% chance less likely of watching pornography. Gambling, these different
sheer
things.
Curiosity. Was Ryan Bird one of the authors in that study?
No, it was Dr. Arnold Cole and Dr. Pamela Caldwell Ovego, if I say that right. Ovego, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and this is 2025, so this is but they're now kind of
new.
Digesting.
Anything less than 10 years old is new.
Absolutely, and these things are still digesting. So I wasn't necessarily going to get into the details, but you're pulling up stuff that I think is apropos now, because like I said, teens especially. I mean, it's like you go from getting drunk, if you go to church once a month, has no effect. Praying at least once a day has no effect on a teen's behavior, getting drunk. But if they read the Bible 4 days a week, 80% less likely to get drunk. 80.
Now, I don't know the difference between teens and adults, but there's some neuroscience to this that's probably important. So a Christian lady who looked into this from a neuroscience aspect. She looked at it. All right, so they took what they did was they tried prayer and meditation. So prayer and meditation have slightly two things going on. Meditation itself is a process that blocks out. Okay, So meditation's goal is to block out. So when you zone in on your meditation, you're just blocking the world out. Prayer takes meditation and then adds an element. So it blocks out and focuses, okay, forward. That's the point of prayer from a neuroscience standpoint. So what they're noticing is, by the way, this is where you rejuvenate the most brain cells is during prayer and or meditation. And prayer rejuvenates more because you block and move forward. So you're rejuvenating more cells. It's like more activity. But it's also the only time our brain takes a break, by the way. Our brain does not take a break when we sleep. Doesn't take a break when we get up. Doesn't take a break when we're just vegging out. In fact, the only two times that our brains really just like kind of lull a little bit in regular everyday living is when we're listening to a lecture or when we're watching TV. That's the only two times that our brains even take kind of a break, and it's not even a big break. The only
process, right?
Everything's being processed, even when you're sleeping.
That makes sense.
The only time it doesn't do that, prayer and meditation. It's the only time our brain stops. And so people that don't pray and meditate never take a break mentally, okay? So from a neuroscience standpoint, again, I don't know the difference between, because you just said something that got my attention. I don't know where this difference is between kids, teenagers, and adults. I know that the studies, right? Because I know the studies I'm talking about that I'm about to kind of share with you were all on adults that I know of. They took somebody and said, all right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to read, I want you to pray or meditate, but for the sake of this, praying was encouraged. And I think it was it was either 8 minutes or 12 minutes a day. I think it was 8 minutes. 8 minutes a day, I think. I got to remember. Anyway, don't hold me to that part. It was a short time frame, is what I know. Pray for that long per day, every single day for 21 days straight. Don't take a day off, no weekends off, no nothing. Straight, 21 days straight consecutively. Every single day, I want you to pray for 8 minutes or whatever the actual time was. And they measured the brain before, did like fMRI scans, and then when it was done, they did it again. And what they found was that there were neural pathways that were activated on the early scan that had dried up and their brain had created new ones. Literal new neural pathways. And what that means is a neural pathway is a thought process. Okay? So my washing machine goes out. Well, of course it goes out because it always goes out. Next it'll be my refrigerator, and after that it'll be my car. That's a neural pathway. That's a thought process. It's how we tie things in and we chain them together. This prayer dried some up and started new ones. Okay? Which is like, wait a minute, if we can see the difference, and it, by the way, also they noticed the rejuvenation of the brain cells. So we always lose, just like our skin cells, we lose brain cells and regain them, right? And certain drugs kill them. Okay. Certain drugs kill them faster than we can grow them. We won't have that conversation tonight. But anyway, from a neuroscience standpoint, what you said, that's where my brain went. It went, there's studies on prayer and meditation. Now, we have David saying things like, meditating on his word. Sure. So that could be part of that meditation. It could be right into that word. And either way, you're literally training your brain to do something new. And when they take this one more step, they found that if I take my thinking, let's say I'm a young man, because I am not, but let's pretend that I was, and I say, okay, I had that thinking, my washing machine goes out. Oh, of course it does. My refrigerator, and now next going to be my car. And I change my pattern of thinking to go, the washing machine went out, but you know what? I can replace things. I can't replace people. I'm glad my family's still here. Okay? Let's say I change my thinking to that. They have found that new pattern and that new neural pathway gets closed up as RNA, and then a new chance to use that pattern gets put in as gets unzipped as DNA. You can pass that on to your children.
Oh, wow.
It is
DNA.
Epigenetics, that is correct. That thought process. Okay? So that's how strong what you're talking about actually is, because it can get passed on as DNA, which is wild.
Passed on.
They've only known this in the last probably about 20 years.
Passed on in DNA. That is fascinating. You remind me of a quote, one of my favorite quotes. I was trying to find it so I can quote it right. But, it's basically to the fact of being a Christian doesn't make things better. It just makes you walk through them triumphantly better, And so.
Yeah, he didn't say there wasn't going to be a storm. He just said he'd be in the boat while it rocked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of like in the military. You know, you boot camp and they say it doesn't get easier. You just get better.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So
Yes,
so it
that's
doesn't.
great.
The standard stays the same. You just rise to the occasion.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's
Your
good.
your life doesn't get
Yes.
easier. You just have somebody else who can take care of it for you.
I like that.
In the Christian,
That's good.
So the quote, Thomas Watson: Christianity is not the removal of suffering, but the addition of grace to endure suffering triumphantly. And that's what you're talking about. But that's a step further to be like endure it and then pass it on to your next generation.
Now I'm behind that. I used to have terribly negative thoughts, and now I don't. And I'm behind it. I waited so late that I didn't get the chance to pass that on to my kids, which is interesting. But yeah. So here's another one I like here. When you said grace, it struck a thought too. Justice is getting what you deserve. Mercy is not getting what you deserve, and grace is getting what you don't deserve.
Yes. Yep.
Right?
I love those.
So yeah.
Mercy. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go.
No, I was saying that. I mean, mercy is not getting what you deserve. So hey, you're not going to go to hell. Grace is getting what you don't deserve. Hey, I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna put you in heaven.
That's great.
Like that's what that mercy and grace going together. A lot of people put those together, and those are two separate things.
Very different.
Mercy and grace are two different things.
You're right. They do interchange them.
Which, yeah,
And that's a great
Yeah.
way of putting it.
Yeah.
Like that's very clear.
Well, there's an old guy that we all know pretty well that once said that God's love is unconditional, but his blessings aren't.
yeah.
And I thought, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Chew on that for a while.
Yeah, that's everything he says I have to chew on like that for a while.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But it was his love is unconditional. I'm going to love you anyway, but his blessings aren't. If you love me, you'll obey my commands.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's not. Oh man, we could go all day with this.
Yeah.
Man, it's not like people say, well, if you do works, you're good. If you don't do works, then you're not going to heaven. That's not the way it works. You want to do works. That's the point. Like you.
No, I'm with you. Go.
You want to do works. If you follow Jesus, you want to do works. That's the point. Like, not that, oh, I have to set a mark where I preached to 5 people today and I prayed for this person today. Did I hit that? Yes, I hit that, Jesus. Did you see? No, you.
I'm taking off.
You
Let's
want,
go wild.
You want to do that. And because you want to do that, then, I mean, it's not, it's a heart thing. Everything is a heart thing. As far as I'm concerned, I always say,
Well, it was Jesus' message for sure.
that's Jesus' whole thing was always, it's a heart thing. Don't worry so much about washing your feet,
Right.
but wash your tongue.
Yeah.
Like that's the point. Like I don't know.
No, wait, you nailed it. You nailed it. And that's why I was doing all this. Like I was cheering, right?
Yeah.
Silently, because I don't want to be like yelling and Kenny getting on to us for yelling in the mic.
Sorry, Kenny.
Sorry. But no, that's it, right? The works you do because you love Jesus. You don't
Right.
do them to love Jesus.
Right, exactly.
Right? You don't do it to get into heaven.
That's a great way to put it.
You're already going to heaven. You're doing the works because you want everybody else to come with you to heaven.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's
Once heard Pastor Charles. He said to me one time. He said to a whole bunch of people, but I was there, so he said it to me.
Yeah. I was in the congregation. I was in the back, but I was there.
It's like let me Jed Berg. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
Mitch Herberg, R.I.P.
No, Pastor Charles once said, Brother Charles, I guess we call him. He said, "If you follow
R.I.P.
God,
to him too.
yeah, R.I.P. to him too. That's right. If you follow God because you want to, you'll stop following Him because you don't want to."
Yes. Oh, I love it.
He said that.
That's good.
And I'll tell you what I took from that. One of the things I took from it, I immediately applied that to relationships. And I said, if you marry somebody because you feel love for them, you'll divorce them because you don't feel love for them. Okay? And so then it prompted me to write something that was entitled, "Why Did I Marry Her?" And it was just an article, and then I ended up just putting it in one of my books. That's over Jonathan's left shoulders. Let's go. Both of my books are over there. That's
See that?
I don't know who put that over there, but they're getting a raise. Random. They're getting a raise is what they're getting.
When I go freestyle, sometimes I lose confidence.
Anyway. I think it was in the bottom.
Don't even know his books.
Why did I marry her?
No, the top one I gotta get. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Why did I marry her? And
That's the one on the third shelf.
why did I marry her was talking about the fact that I had this really weird conversation with Jennifer, and I said, "Listen, I'm marrying you not because I love you." And she kind of looked at me like, "What in the world?" I said, "I'm marrying you because I am fully convinced that God put you in my path on purpose for the remainder of my life. Period." So it sets a different precedent than just how I feel about things. So that when I don't feel like I might love you or not love you, I realize that God put you in my path for a reason. So I need to figure out what in the world that's for, because right now you're on my nerves.
You're on my nerves.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
The fact is, we all get there.
Yeah.
You're on my nerves.
We all get there. When we get to "you on my nerves," what sustains? And it's not the way I feel. That's not going to sustain. In fact, it's going to lie to me.
Yeah.
It's going to lie to me. The only thing that's going to tell me the truth is something that's foundational, something that doesn't move, something that doesn't shake.
Yeah.
And so this kind of goes in, this is, I think we've deviated from the study, but
This is a conversation. It don't matter.
But
We talking Jesus.
yeah, but that to me was important, and I think that okay, so it could tie into the study, because there is one other thing we haven't talked about in that study, and that is the fact that if you're going to go 4 days and not 2 or 3, you are committed.
And that's what Johnson was saying.
And that's what it is. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You've then
Exactly.
decided this is what you're going to do. And
It's saturating you because of your commitment, right? Right.
Exactly.
It goes to, I'm doing works because I love Jesus, not because I'm trying to get to heaven.
Yeah, I'm not doing this for a task. I'm doing this because I want to, and I love this.
Now here's a question: How tied in would that be? Because when I thought about, I'll tell you where I thought, and I don't know that it's a good thought or right thought, but I immediately thought, because again, I try to apply this to relationships because this is what I do for a living. But I thought, man, when Jennifer does things for me all the time that she doesn't have to do, and she just does them, she's always being good to me in some way. It makes me want to do good things for her. Mm-hmm. It prompts me to reciprocate, right? And I think, even though God's not the great vending machine in the sky, we don't hit A1 and go, "I want the new job." That's not how this works, right? But at the same time, when you realize what He's done, it should make you want to reciprocate, right?
Yeah. Your father says,
Yeah, I don't know who
God's face,
mine or
not
yours.
seek God's face, not His hand.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Seek His face,
Which dad?
not what. Yeah.
Which
Y'all,
dad?
y'all
Your
had
dad?
different dads.
It was your dad.
Y'all had a different dad.
That's true. We did
We
have a
all had
different
the
dad.
same mom.
She's still crazy.
Y'all had a different dad.
People ask me how I got crazy. I said, "You hadn't met my mom."
Right. So I'll tie this up with another great man, Bob Mumford, and this is something that's changed my mentality a lot. And I tell a lot of people this when I get an opportunity. But he talks about, especially in teens, but we all do it, where you think, where's the line I can go before I sin, right? How far can I get, right? Where can I get to, like, is this good or is this bad? Should I drink too much? Should I not drink too much? Should I do this? Mm-hmm. And he says, forget all of that. Ask yourself, does this make God happy? Does this make Him smile? If it does, great. If not, think about what you're doing. And it's simplified, but it's really there, right? Don't worry about the line that you're trying to get to. Just think, what is pleasing to the Lord? And then I'm going to do that.
Like the person that said, "I looked at God and I looked in the mirror and the two looked nothing alike."
That's it. And I told a man that one time. He says, "Why do you follow God?" I said, "Well, I saw myself without Him, not walking with Him. I saw myself walking with Him. And I like that guy walking with Him better than I like the guy that wasn't."
Bro, I've told everybody that. I said, I've done this both ways. I'm telling you.
I've done it.
I've done it both ways.
Yeah,
So let me tell you which way's better.
I think we're all in that boat.
It goes back to you, like you're saying, I just want to do what pleases my wife. What's the same thing? Like, I just want to do what pleases the Lord. And a lot of times when I pray, I love, not the dog, right? Like, because prayers are prayers. Like, there's no bad prayer.
No.
Mostly. But there's some professional prayers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to get away from professional prayers personally. That's just me.
Yeah.
I'm not putting on anybody.
Yeah.
I love ending a prayer with, God, let me make you smile today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. What makes you laugh?
Let me make you smile.
Right.
Allow me to do something that'll make you grin and be happy today. Like something simple, not this, and that I don't, because if people want to do that, that's great. Like, I'm not really dogging that. But for me personally, I want to simplify things, right? Let's make it easy. What do I want to do today? Today, I want to make God smile. That's it.
Yeah.
If I can make Him smile, I've done something.
What I talk about is my mission is simple. My mission in life, and I pass this on to anybody that'll listen. I say that my goal in life is to have a relationship with God through Jesus, leading me to be less jacked up today than I was yesterday.
Less jacked up.
That's it.
Yeah.
That statement does a few things, but one of them is it sets small goals. I just need to be less jacked up today than I was yesterday. I'm not trying to compare myself to somebody else. I'm just trying to compare myself to my future self.
Yeah,
I like it. Go ahead.
But that's
Go ahead. No, I'm
lined
just
up with
saying,
what
like,
you
I
were
was gonna say
saying.
that ties into diet and exercise.
I was going to say that.
Were you?
Well, you are the diet and
Every
exercise
day,
guys.
the whole diet and exercise, you're 1% better every day.
That's good. Yeah, yeah. Well, see, but so that could apply to anything.
Well, sure, and that's
Yes.
why. That's why. I want to bring me to the quote of. I love saying this to people, but give scientists long enough, and they'll catch up to the Bible.
Oh,
Yes.
100%.
Like everything.
Clip that.
You can.
Oh,
clip
well,
that.
Clip it.
You can do all these things, and it's like, yeah, the Bible's already said that.
That's, by the way, that book where I got all the RNA, DNA passing on the stuff. Okay, so that book, that, by the way, is the book. You know what? I'll have Kenny put the picture up. There's a dad is reading this book and he goes to sleep, and it's called Switch On Your Brain. And he falls asleep with it on, and mom goes, "Well, that didn't work, did it?" And she takes a picture of him sleeping with the book on his
It's
chest.
ironic.
So we'll put that picture up, and everybody will laugh
Don't
at
you
that.
think? A little too ironic.
Yeah. But
really deep
that
thing.
book, what she kept pointing out in that book was exactly that. She was like, "Oh, by the way, this is what happens if you do this with your brain." But James already wrote, "As a man thinketh,
Nice.
so is he."
Okay, yeah.
And then she goes, "So here's what science says." But in Proverbs, this was written. Like,
Right.
she keeps pointing back to, by the way, they wrote this thousands of years
Yeah.
ago. We're just now
Yeah.
finding this in science.
Right.
Yeah.
I have like a whole thing that I wrote. It's almost like a sermon, but it's a whole thing I wrote about forgiveness and why you should forgive. And it's like scientific backing of like if you don't, it creates bitterness and anger, which lessens your life, which creates chronic stress. Yeah. Well, the Bible's already telling you to do that for those very reasons. I mean, not those very reasons, but that's part
It
of it.
does say all that.
That's
right.
part of it.
But, but I'm laughing because it just tells me I already know y'all don't read my stuff. But when you say things like that, I know you don't read my stuff because I just released an article on forgiveness.
I don't, dude. Here.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
I
real
promise.
quick.
I don't.
I don't see y'all stuff until like 8 days later.
No, same thing.
I'll see.
Same thing.
Jason posted this 6 days ago, and I go, "Oh, okay. I'm just not seeing this." Like, I have
Well,
no idea.
I'm gonna
Most-
send y'all a screenshot because I'll have like sponsored, suggested, like,
Right.
all this because I have it hidden, and then I'll send it to you.
It's mostly Substack anyway, so
Facebook
you'd have to be
sucks.
fishing on Substack anyway.
Well,
I did just release something on forgiveness, and I tied in a study
I've been
that shows the things that it improves
Yeah.
when you forgive.
Okay, well, I'll
and
look that up.
literally things like blood pressure.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. Anyway.
Truly forgive, right? There's a.
Well, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Now, going back to what you're talking about diet and exercise, like there's two things I say. Comparison is a thief of joy. So
Yep.
when you're, Erin was talking about she got 125 bench press. I'm like, that's awesome. And she's like, well, you did 235 a bunch of times. I'm like, doesn't matter. We're two human beings, like two different human beings. Like, you're not competing against me. You're competing against your former self.
Yeah.
Yesterday's version, and that's what you're talking about. Like, I want to be less checked up. In weightlifting, I'm not competing against Jonathan or you or anybody else. I'm competing against me yesterday. I want to better myself than I was yesterday. That's all. That's it. And I saw a guy. He lifted like 340, and he did it, man. And he fought, and I watched that, and I'm like, I didn't think I need to do that. He sucked. I thought, man, that's awesome. And when he finished,
for him.
Just happy
yes.
for that
And when he was
individual,
done, I was like, dude, I give him a high five. I didn't know the guy from Adam. And I said,
That was good.
I was like,
Poor Eve.
dude, that was awesome. Give him a high five. Never knew him. And I was like, that was awesome because what I saw was a guy fight all the way through, never giving up and hit it. I didn't think I need to go do that because I can't do what he did. I don't care. I'm not fighting against him. So, yes, forget everyone else. Better yourself each and every day. You're competing against yesterday's version of you, not someone else.
And when you little thing, and we'll land the plane. But when
Yeah,
you
land the plane.
when you are outwardly focused, so if that guy does that thing you just mentioned, and you genuinely are happy for him, and you're outwardly focused on that, two things happen. One, your anger on everyday situations drop, and your anxiety drops.
Man.
You're dealing with anger and you're dealing with anxiety. Be outwardly focused. Be happy for the person across from you. I'm telling you, it immediately goes like that. You stop getting angry. You stop, you know what? Let's just take a shift. Kenny, let's run some pro tips.
Just the tips. We're giving you just the tips. Just the tips. We're giving you just the tips.
Let's do
I was
it.
going to say, that's a great way to finish this.
Well, I was going to real quick say that as far as talking about the Bible and all that, there are lots of plans on the Bible app that you can go to. Right now, I'm reading the Bible chronologically.
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing that one.
So I'm enjoying that, and I'm going to read that. I'm 200 days in or whatever, and then when I finish that, I'm probably going to go back and read it like it was written. Like it's in the Bible, just to do it again, but do it in the way that it is. But anyway, there's lots of those, and you can do those with people. Like we can do it together, and we can have a Bible study together, and have notes on it and talk about it even through text. Anyway, there's lots of those things that you can do. So reading the Bible doesn't have to be. It can feel like a chore, but it doesn't have to be when you just go get a plan and do that. And then I promise you, when you get into it, you're gonna want to do it. You're gonna look forward to that part of your day where I get to read the Bible today. That's what you're gonna feel like. And so I want to put that out there.
That's a great.
And we
by the
know
way,
that Jonathan's anger issues dropped 32% because he does
just now.
based on science.
Thank heavens, because I have seen him mad, and I don't want to be a subject of it.
I like Jonathan. I don't like Jonathan when he's mad at me.
I don't want to be the subject of it.
I don't like
promise
being
you.
mad. I do everything I can to avoid that.
By the way, so that's great that you did that. So that was a great first tip. Before I give mine, did you have anything you want?
Oh yeah, we're about to hit Mother's Day. Boys, hug your mamas. Mothers, make your boys hug you. My wife does this. Boys who hug their mothers they boost their emotional intelligence, lower their anxiety, increase their oxytocin. The emotional development of boys are increased because they hug their mothers. It's science. They have long-term well-being. They have better relationship with everyone when they have physical touch with their mothers. And sometimes my boys, when their teenage years, are trying to be men, they think, oh, I can't love on my mother. My wife made them hug her. It was funny to watch it. Now they hug her again. But it's good for them. Good for your brain. Good for brain development. Good for social development. There's so many good things from a boy hugging your mother. So mothers, make your boys hug you. Boys, hug your mama. It's good for you. That's my pro tip.
Yeah, the touch oxytocin thing is real. By the way, it fights addiction and boosts your immune system.
All of it.
That's what oxytocin alone does.
Yeah, it's off the charts, the benefits of hugging your mother.
Yeah.
And this comes from a guy who doesn't want to hug anybody.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
I'm a hugger, so I don't know.
Science, you're a hugger?
I am.
I'll say you get it from your daddy, but
Nope, I hug everybody.
I like hug nobody.
Now, dudes, what I typically do, I do the bro hug. So it's the grab and the pull in and
sure, yeah.
And you tap 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because 3 times, when you tap a guy 3 times in the back, it says, I'm not gay.
Yeah. That's it. Or if you tap more than 3 times.
I like chicks.
My pastor taught me that one, by the way.
Or if you tap more than 3 times.
I'm not saying his name.
Yeah.
I just do the.
But he's good, dude.
I just do the.
I love him.
Hit.
Yeah.
That's
But if you tap more,
it's proven you're a dude.
Yeah.
if you tap more than 3 times, you're playing with it. So, all right. So,
I like playing with it.
so what was this? The Lears? You know what that reminded me of? Remember when he was a kid and he would tuck his ear inside his. He would tuck his lobe inside his ear.
I can do it, but it won't stay.
Oh, God, he used to do that when he was little. And he would tuck it, and then you'd wait, and we'd go, "Hey, do something." And he'd go, and he would do a thing, and it would pop out. He could physically make it pop.
Oh my gosh, that's the best thing.
Okay, well, real quickly,
Tip's gone now.
I know I do have to share this tip, but
Go ahead.
again, we're landing the plane, and then I want to hear what you had to.
That's it.
You were bringing something to the table. I thought
That was it. The mothers hug your boys, hug your mama.
Okay.
That was
That
it.
story.
Yeah.
Oh, you the closing.
the closing story.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you were giving a tip.
I am real quick, and then that. So real quick, because I had 3 clients this past week, I had to say the exact same thing to all 3 of them. If you find yourself getting angry, so you get like you're in traffic, somebody flips you off, or somebody cuts you off, or somebody says something that pisses you off, or something, and you get super angry. All right, got it. Here's what I tell everybody to do: immediately think of 3 reasons why that person got mad that has nothing to do with you. Come up with them, create them. Okay, so guy cuts me off, and then I look at him and he flips me off. I'm immediately going to think of 3 things. Thing number 1, maybe that guy just got laid off from his job 20 minutes ago. Maybe that guy got a cancer diagnosis yesterday. Maybe that guy found drugs in his teenager's backpack and he doesn't know what to do.
Or maybe he's a butthole.
Yeah, or maybe he's just mean.
But I'm sorry, I didn't get what you're saying.
But I just created 3 possible reasons that are very plausible, that are very realistic, that could have happened that led him to do that.
Sure.
As soon as I do that, my anger at this guy goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It comes down as soon as I think of those things. Okay. It also reduces any anxiety. So if you're one of those people not like me, so I'm an aggressive type person, but let's say you're not an aggressive person and you're just the person that goes, oh my God, he just flipped me off. I'm scared, right? If you're that person, your anxiety would raise when they flip you off. When you immediately think of all those reasons, your anxiety goes. They both drop dramatically. So the number 3, think of 3 things that could have possibly led them to do that have nothing to do with you. Create them in your mind, say them out loud. I'm telling you, your anger and your anxiety sink. All right.
I'm just trying to figure out if he's telling me his IQ or his sperm count.
Hold on.
Oh.
A quick piggyback on that.
Yep.
I've been dealing with that a lot because I'm the type that wants to, like, if you do something, I want to call you out on it and lower your pride, if you will.
Yep.
Pride.
Yeah.
The way I deal with it is I go, that's not for me. That's for God to take care of. Like,
yes.
I can't. It's not for me to take care of. It's for God to take care of.
Second offering. We're doing this second. It's like a.
But I have to have that mindset of like, it's not my job to take care of this person. It's God's one, and so I have to go. Okay, I'm good. Like, and it does help me. I just want to piggyback on that, but okay.
Well, breathing always works for a lot of things.
Well, that thought of like, it's not my job it's not my job to make this person deal with what he just did. It's God's part. It's God's job.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, I got so much I could say that I read an article about that this week that was fascinating.
Next podcast.
Yep, next time. I'm not going to do it.
Land
the plane, bro.
To be continued.
I'm going to land this. I don't know if I've told you the story. So,
Okay.
we're at Thanksgiving. We're all doing family stuff. We're at a grocery store. Jonathan, myself, and Levi. 3 men. We're at the grocery store line.
Levi's my 1-year-old son.
Who's definitely afraid of the Easter Bunny.
He's definitely a boy.
Yeah. He's definitely a boy. But him and the Easter Bunny aren't buddies. He's fine with Santa. Him and Santa are buddies.
Cool, yeah.
Him and the Easter Bunny, not so much. So anyways, we're at the grocery store line. We're hanging out. I'm checking out, and the lady's just looking at me. She's like 5'0". And she's staring at me. Stares at Jonathan. Stares at me. Stares at Jonathan. Now, we both have beards.
We both have full beards.
Winter time, right? It's cold. It's Gatlinburg. And she goes, y'all related. I said, yes, ma'am. I probably can't deny it if I wanted to. We definitely are related. And she goes, let me see that baby. So Jonathan's like, oh, I said, yeah, he's the best looking of the bunch, right? So he's in his little like stroller kind of thing. So Jonathan turns around so she can see him. She's, eyeing him. He's a gorgeous baby. He really is. I'm not just saying he's my nephew. He really is a cute baby. And so she looks at him. She looks at me and grins and goes, your grandbaby? And I was like, no, it's his baby. And she goes, yeah, your grandbaby. And I was like,
We're 9 years apart, just so we're clear.
Yeah, I got called his dad, but that was a long time ago.
I was like,
We're not that far apart.
he's my brother. Well, here's where it got worse. I said, he's my brother. She goes, no, you kidding me.
Oh my God.
No. And Jonathan's over Jonathan just doesn't know what to do. He's grinning. He's trying to put his stuff on the boat. Jonathan's trying to be like political, but he's like, well, we are 9 years apart. And she's like, no, you're not. He ain't your brother, is he? And I was like, yeah, I'm his brother. And she never, I don't think ever truly believed it. She thought we were messing with her.
When I was checking out, she kept looking at me suspiciously like,
Yeah.
There's no way. Yeah.
To the point, and then I don't remember exactly what she said because I was kind of gone, and she said something to you, kind of like, I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't think he cares either way, or something.
That's pretty much exactly
Something like
what
that.
she said, yeah.
And I thought, I got home, and Kenny, here's the picture. Put it up there. Like, this is the picture that day. This is the same day. The picture that you're putting up right now. And I got home, and I told Aaron, I'm shaving my beard when we get home. And I got no beard.
Hey, you ain't grown it back since that.
Because apparently my beard makes me look like I'm old enough to be the father of a 38-year-old.
That is awesome.
So that is awesome. So that was a humbling day for me. I don't care growing older. I've always embraced it.
Yeah.
Like, embrace it. My wife loves to inject leftover Botox in my head. She does it. That's fine. I don't care. I'll let her have at it. but I don't want it. Like I don't seek it. I don't
Seek
care.
it out, yeah.
Like she does it, that's great. I don't care, but I don't care about getting older. I have gray. I embrace it. I told her I'll never color my hair.
Yeah.
I don't want to look like the father of a 38-year-old at 47.
Right.
That's just a thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just find that funny.
All right. Well,
Good times.
let's land the plane this way. So I'm gonna land the plane this way. I just had dinner recently with a friend of mine that I knew pretty well in middle school, and I kind of knew him like maybe freshman year of high school, and then we kind of lost touch, and I probably haven't seen him since high school. When he's going through quite the transformational change recently into Christianity, and he started a page called The Sober Christian, and I want to have him on here eventually. But here's what we talked about, and I was telling him about what we were doing. And I said, and this is what I wanted to say about it because of the conversation that we had tonight, was this. One of the many reasons, there's a lot, but one of the reasons that I wanted to do this podcast was to show other men that this is what it looks like, or it can look like, to be a relatively normal bunch of guys that are just your everyday dudes that love scratching, drinking beer, and talking about sports and women, or our women, to be fair.
To scratch our butts.
And scratch our butts.
Our butts and our women.
Yep, and our women that we love.
And our women's butts.
And that's the other thing is that this is what...
And I like my woman's butt.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing is that what it looks like to be a good husband, to be a good father, and to be a good friend and a good relative. Like what does that look like? It can look like, and you don't have to be some kind of weirdo about it. Like it can just be, it can look relatively normal to the average man. And so I was passionate about men seeing what this looks like that maybe have not seen it. Or being encouraged by the fact that there's other men like them out there. Like, hey, we're out here. We exist. This is a thing. And then even some of the women that watch, they've shown this to their husbands and been like, hey, y'all, you got to watch these guys. These guys are funny, and why not? So anyway, that's one of the reasons that I started this podcast. So I just wanted to make that kind of abundantly clear that this was...
I appreciate you starting this podcast.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? We started the podcast, I know. But the idea came from... the idea is what I mean. The idea spawned from, you know what, we should show guys this is what it can look like, and that we don't have to be guys that go, nope, it's not okay that we go and run around on our wives. It's not okay that we disappear on our kids. It's not okay. It's not okay. These things aren't. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. We're really are landing the plane this time. Until next time, stay classy, GP. We're out.